Where are the Houthis? One quick check tells us they are either holding a funeral for their military chief of staff who was killed in a recent Israeli strike.
This is a sad day for the Republic of Yemen as we bid farewell to a great leader.
Or holding 20 UN staffers in the pretext of cracking down on Israeli spies.
Armed elements from the Houthi de facto authorities entered the compound at gunpoint, from what I understand, and they were detained in their room.
In fact, the last time the Houthis attacked a ship in the Red Sea was on July 9th this year, 4 months ago. So has the Houthi terror ended? I'm Ananya Datta. This is Grey Zone. There have been many events in the last few weeks that look unrelated at first glance but have converged in a way that could unpick the Houthis' leverage. In the next few minutes, I'll try to piece it all together for you. First, the Gaza front. After 2 brutal years, a ceasefire plan brokered publicly by the US president has produced a path which could finally take us to peace. As volatile as this path seems, the lull is consequential for the Houthis because much of this group's strategy was to act as an external lever against Israel, striking any ship either belonging to Israel or related to the country. It has done so by attacking over 100 ships and killing mariners since the war in Gaza started. Second reason, a lethal intelligence blow. The Houthis movement publicly confirmed that their military chief of staff, Major General Mohammed Abdul Karim al-Ghamari, died after an Israeli strike. Observers call the strike one of the most serious blows to Houthi operational command in years. Leadership losses like this are rarely decisive on their own, but they are destabilizing. They unsettle coordination and can create friction within a militia that has until now shown surprising resilience.
He was the one who unsettled and disturbed the Zionist, Israeli enemy, struck it at its core, and played a major role in the Yemeni victory that indeed dealt a blow to the depth of the Zionist enemy. He was also the one who defeated the United States' hegemony and arrogance at sea.
Third is the most crucial revelation so far. A new airstrip has quietly appeared in the middle of the Red Sea. New satellite images show that a new 2,000-meter-long airstrip is being built on a Yemeni island. The Houthis aren't the ones behind it. In fact, no one has claimed responsibility for the construction. So far, it looks like just a strip of tarmac and a few prefabricated buildings. Let's talk about the location now. This is Zuqar Island, located in the southern Red Sea, approximately 120 square kilometers in area, which is 0.023% of Yemen's total land area. It could give a military force the ability to conduct aerial surveillance over the Red Sea, the Gulf of Aden, and the strategic narrow Bab el-Mandeb Strait, connecting the 2 waterways of East Africa and the Arabian Peninsula. What we are trying to decode is who benefits from an airstrip like this to monitor the Houthis. The current anti-Houthi group in Yemen are scattered and lack the unity needed. Experts say this airstrip looks like an outside job. Remember, Yemen's official government is still backed by a Saudi-led coalition. And while Riyadh has pulled back all its military, the UAE has stayed, invested, and built bases across the southern coast. Satellite analysts say that the layout looks strikingly similar to other UAE-funded airstrips in the region. Modular, coastal, and dual use. Data analyzed by the Associated Press show a Togolese-flagged bulk carrier registered to a Dubai-based maritime firm spent nearly a week alongside the new dock at this island after coming from Somaliland. A Dubai-based maritime company, Safe Shipping and Marine Services, acknowledged receiving an order to deliver the asphalt to the island, likely used in the airstrip's construction on behalf of other UAE-based firms. 5 countries benefit if the Houthis fail. Of course, Israel, which sees the Houthis as a direct security threat to its existence. The UAE gets de facto control of southern maritime infrastructure, a major economic win. Saudi Arabia, an old warring party against the Houthis, can export its oil and commerce from a safe Red Sea. The US will get a stable supply chain and another medal for Trump to end the Houthi terror. And lastly, Yemen's official government that could regain control of the capital of Sana'a. But for the locals on the land of Zuqar, It's not about geopolitics, it's about jobs. They aren't sure who's hiring or how long it'll last. Contracts aren't public, no bidding records, no oversight. Everything is happening in the name of national security. So the question we are trying to ask is this the beginning of the end of the Houthis? It is possible, but if history has taught us anything, it is that rebel movements don't die quietly. Houthis pause in attacks, the Gaza lull, the loss of a military chief, all these are blows but may not necessarily be the final chapter. And then there is the fear. The fear of Houthis regrouping at the behest of the innocent Yemenis, Palestinians and Lebanese who have died since Israel's war on October 8th. I'm Ananya Datta, you've been watching Grey Zone.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.